The Electronic Entertainment Expo for 2022, E3 2022, has just been canceled. It's gone. It's done. It's not happening in person. It's not going to be a live stream. There's going to be absolutely no events. Now, I've actually heard some rumors as to why specifically this happened, and I want to try and talk about that because this is, to me, quite a big shock. What's up, gamers? DreamcastGuy here. So all the big press, everybody that's on the E3 mailing list, just got an official message that said there will not be any sort of E3 this year. Now, to me, that seems crazy, but what's happening is something very specific. Basically, the rumor going around is that E3 just behind the scenes has completely sucked for years. If you actually want to get floor space, if you want to be up on the main stage, if you want to rent any sort of actual areas and show off your games, it is incredibly expensive. Some game developers have spent literally millions of dollars to show stuff at E3. Now consider this in the modern time period. Consider the fact that you're currently watching a YouTube video. You're probably watching this on your phone or your laptop, or you're just hanging out. Does this cost anything? No. In fact, I'm drinking a cheap little Red Bull. This entire production cost me about $15. This green screen, I bought it off eBay for like a nickel. This stuff is cheap. The world is becoming more online. Most people just go to watch YouTubers instead of trying to watch big streamlined presentations. Remember when Ubisoft would rent gigantic stages to do a full live dance routine for Just Dance every single year? This was incredibly expensive. That stuff wasn't free. These people were paid flights and hotels and food and obviously paying them for their work. This was such a gigantic undertaking that didn't seem to really increase the size of the games. You know, it wasn't like by going to E3, you'd automatically have a bigger hit success game. But there is somebody else who's been doing some presentations that apparently do work, and it's Jeff Keighley. You can see Jeff Keighley being a complete jerk right here. He's been a little bit of a smug guy, but I feel like it's earned by just tweeting out a winky face. The rumor going around in the industry is that Jeff Keighley is actually great to work with. Like, even if you hate the Game Awards or Summer Games Fest, I've certainly had a lot of problems myself with the Game Awards. Apparently, he is awesome. Apparently, he's super easy to work with. Apparently, he puts the presentations in an order where he feels like it'll be the most entertaining. If you're a game developer who wants to get your games with as many eyeballs as possible, apparently Jeff is the guy to do it and not E3. Now, to me, this is still just something that, even as it sinks in, is completely a shell shock moment. Like, consider the fact that the first E3 was so many decades ago. So many gigantic reveals have happened at E3. The original unveiling of the PlayStation, which is just shocking to think about. The amount of exclusive big games, the big trailers. I still remember the first time I saw The Last of Us. That very famous scene where they're trying to battle for a gun and somebody gets their face smashed in and it cuts to the title card. E3 is something that in the past was not just beautiful, it was important. It was something that a lot of us kind of relied on. It was that big tentpole in the center of summer. It was great to see those big reveals. It was cool to see that stuff that you knew was coming soon. I always kind of enjoyed the fact that E3 felt like a good chance to get a crystal ball and see the future. It was an opportunity to see everybody's secret projects. Everybody came out and had this designated time to do a designated time slot and show the latest and greatest. But I guess times have changed. You don't have to do that anymore. Like, if you want to show your game, just show it. Tweet out the trailer. It'll probably still go viral. Actually, just give it to YouTubers. Give out a gameplay demo and let people play it. Times have changed. And I feel like, personally, and obviously I'm biased here, I feel like they've changed for the better. Now, I feel like the major question on everybody's minds right now is, are we going to see E3 come back? Like, consider the fact that sometimes people take time off. A lot of game developers usually take time. There's usually a gap between major releases. There's even gaps between conventions sometimes, but that doesn't mean that they're completely being liquidated. Honestly, I don't think that E3 is ever coming again. From what it sounds like, they've been losing money consistently for the last couple of years, so them not being able to do any sort of stage or online performance at all this year, I think this is it. I think the Electronic Entertainment Expo is cooked. But what do you guys think? Is this a big deal? Is this shocking to you? Tell me your thoughts in the comments down below. And if you enjoy it, please give it a giant thumbs up, share with your friends, and subscribe if you haven't already. But do me the biggest favor of all and keep dreaming. Also, go watch my video. I just put up a video about that PlayStation 5 game Abandoned, and it's good. I love you guys very much. Thanks. Watch the video, like it, subscribe, and keep dreaming. Thanks so much for watching that video. If you want to see something else, you can always click this link to see what I put up last, or, subscribe and see what's coming up next. Also, I promise that whatever I do, it'll try not to suck.